huh? Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome back to the final conclusion of our 10th anniversary special. This is part 3. Make sure you watch part 1 and 2 first, but again, a major thank you to everybody who stuck with us for the last 10 years on YouTube. This has been an amazing series to put together. What started as a retort to James Rolfe's Cinemassacre's Monster Madness Godzilla Fong in terms of COG stuff has turned essentially into my full-time job, and I couldn't have done it without everybody, not just involved in the cast and crew, but everybody on Patreon. If you guys want to support the channel, just $1 more will get you early access to all of our content, as well as other special features. Again, I can't thank everybody in the cast and crew individually on this one because everybody's in this, just like Gary Oldman said. Everyone! So again, just a major thank you to everybody, the cast, the crew, my audience. We're at, what, 19,000, 20,000? I don't even know! I don't even know how long this episode's gonna be. It's that crazy. Holy f***! But we're having a really damn good time. But again, a big thank you to all of you so much. And here's to another 10 years. Here's to season 8. And enjoy the epic final battle finale thing. Don't worry, there'll be more. Maybe.
Maybe. So wait and see.
So until the next video, thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy the show. And here's to our 10th anniversary special! The following is a fan-based video review under fair use. Ready Player One is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, Village Roadshow Pictures, D-Line Pictures, Crown Publishing Group, Amblin Entertainment, Steven Spielberg, and Ernest Cline. Please support the official release and streaming services.
That would be moi, BigJackFilms. You're welcome.
God damn it, Nostalgia Critic! Your incompetence entering the plot hole is what allowed Gablor to be awakened after 7 years of being sealed away! Now some of us are still picking up the pieces you left in order to save the reviewer! When is it not a thing? I knew Lazuli as a young boy. You guys took me in as your own. Dr. Giraud, who had you programmed into killing machines. I saved you from your destruction. I took you to my world to prepare your subconscious. Good lord, you got the doc to unlock the codes for the reality breaker on the FDT, didn't you? Well, no shit.
Are you sure the doctors didn't give you faulty hardware?
If that's the case, we better be prepared for anything. Without him, the fictional dimensional transporter would have been nothing more than a pipe dream.
I'm merely here for the boy.
Jump, boy! Jump for your life! He's right where he needs to be. His destiny.
You came back.
I gave you my word.
The enemy has returned?
Report them to me and await my orders.
The scouts are in on your request. Hopefully with this plan we can see each other formally again.
Well, the kaiju guard will certainly take some heat.
There is no telling when we can support your cause, Jack. You must prepare for possible combat with whatever you can obtain.
Hello, my friend. I need your help.
You know, shouldn't you use your Warecon powers by now?
Yokai's got me on some antipsychotics. Empire State, they work the best. You stole the Millennium Falcon?!
What is this, your god?
The new technology acquired after the invasion of the Empire has been a major progress for us.
Master Watt, Project 7421 up and running as soon as possible.
Department for Meta-Human Control? You're the guys after Dr. Terawatt, aren't you? Carl, dude!
The invasion can proceed faster.
I'm mapping out the route to Unit 205. It's the last known location of Dr. Terawatt. He's the only one who can rebuild the FTT to fend off this invasion.
I got your message about the fuel supply. It will take time to replicate more, now that we're on high alert here.
You might want to get in touch with the League to let them know you're out of retirement.
I think they already know I'm on the case.
Perhaps our prisoner may be of use to us.
Send a message to S.H.I.E.L.D. Tell them we might need them. Who? The Avengers Initiative.
You have an update from your hired official on his assignment of the King's Gauntlet.
The enemy force is advancing and scattering throughout, so it wouldn't hurt to get some backup.
But it looks like we're working for the same guy.
I'm going in alone. Meet me at the rendezvous point.
Rest assured I'm alive and well, but my time in this era is over. I have left specific instructions on tech that I pass on to you. This is my final transmission.
But I did get a few extra helping hands.
Professor Porkdexter! Carl! It's no doubt Thor sent us this thing as a fated omen. A replica of Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
I've read the comments!
Girl, you haven't.
According to Stark, Loki has been spotted within multiverses. There's no telling what he's seeking, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Back to the city, my foul pits. Master awaits us.
We should warn the kid who's paying us.
If he doesn't know about Loki, he's gonna need all the help he can get.
The new fictional dimensional transporter. This better work.
Ready Player One is the most convoluted multiverse crapshoot since my last stroke. Or at least since Dr. Snooze and the multi-poop of nothing. No talk for Grace Venom, Sam Raimi? What the fuck? They're gonna fuck up the dinosaur movie with Kyle Ren. It's a ripped off pants remake of Planet of the Dinosaurs, you fucking frog! Ribbit! It's almost mind-numbing at how much of a mess it is as an adaptation to a crappy tween book made for panty-wet twi-holes and game nerds. My panties were wet, but that's because I pissed myself laughing at how bad it was. What? Oh no, not a fucking again! Hey everyone, it's me, Mr. Bootleg Plinkett. The 21st. And I'm finally in live action, bitches! And welcome back, YouTube lovers. Had enough patience? I know I did. My cat died because I kept fucking it too many times. Now where were we? Oh yes! You remember, you fucks! BigJackFilms was reviewing a movie about multiverses. Like that's ever fucking happened before. Called Ready, Hit It, Johnny. Oh wait, Johnny died in that sorted online game and can't get out. And I don't think Bobby from Reboot could help him. Oh no, Johnny, 5!
Number 5 is alive.
He was never alive, it was alive, it was all alive! Him and his girlfriend made kissy-kissy and Bradley fell in the time warp holding the camera. He was never seen again. No wait, that was Dr. Terawatt. And now all the forces of good and evil are going to fight the Great War! My roommate Hitler owes me 20 grand of rent. Pay up, you fucking sausage! So let's jump in, shall we? And get ready for part 4 of Ready Player One. A movie!
Hey, what happened to Part 3? Was that indie fan spin-off that's happening now a later Part 3?
Why, yes, Johnny, it was Part 3. But now it's Part 4. Which is Part 3 of Ready Player One, so quit being a fucking spaz.
So, what are you doing on the show?
Hey, nurse, get this fucking kid out of here. And why the fuck is he in my wheelchair?
King Kong is not the only giant monster in this movie. Outside the awesomeness of the live-action Iron Giant, which in the book was supposed to be Ultraman, but due to the stingy rights with Toei, Warner Brothers went with an IP they owned to take over. Huh, I guess Vin Diesel got to be in this movie after all. With the Iron Giant being one of the highlights of the movie, both him and Kong later appeared in Space Jam: A New Legacy with even more Warner Brothers IPs, but more or less the same designs, and have some cool fist bump moments. Literally.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Okay, that was pretty funny. I'll probably talk about the sequel some other time. I mean, hell, I could be in Space Jam 3 given I just bumped into the Harlem Globetrotters. Not kidding. Nice group of guys, by the way.
I really enjoy playing with you guys.
But back to the topic, the Iron Giant was a nice replacement for the missing Ultraman, and it was cool to see him back in action, let alone from gracing the screen from one of the best 2D animated films of all time to essentially a live-action remake using the latest digital effects. Would I want a live-action remake that Disney has done lately? Oh, hell no. But it is cool to see nonetheless. Despite some things that go against his character, but we'll talk about that later. And while Kong does not appear in the climax of this movie, it makes up for it with the stuff of my pure, utter dreams. Not since the charge of William Wallace and his Highlanders against 300 Englishmen in Braveheart has there ever been such an epic charge. Okay, maybe that kind of awesome, but holy shit! This multiverse battle was the coolest fucking thing to see on the big screen in a long ass time, and the ultimate highlight of the film. From every corner of the game and screen, the battle is covered in characters, cameos, and team-ups. It's always great to see films like this bite the bullet and go for these massive battles with skits and epic moments from the likes of the Disney Renaissance and Blue Sky's robots. The battle is led with a thunderous approach of awesomeness on par with the charge of the Rohirrim in Return of the King. Hell, I kept wanting to hear Howard Shore's score, it's so goddamn cool. Filled with vast amounts of firepower to penetrate the enemy shields, and its ultimate collapse, it leads with the rocking 80s rebel song We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister to lead the charge and really gets the blood pumping as the two factions crash into each other. So many weapons and powers are utilized from multiple game guns, the DeLorean going all GTA on foot soldiers, lasers, swords, Chucky. Wait, what?
Fucking Chucky.
There's so much going on in this battle, they might as well throw in the kitchen sink with an explosive laundry machine.
Well, how else do you think we were gonna get him in this movie?
Seriously, you got Tracer and Chun-Li charging in?
Zangief, Chun-Li, Guile, E-Honda.
Yeah, I know, the Street Fighter gang is in this movie.
Mike
And
Seaver, Carol Seaver, Boner, Urkel, Mr. Furley.
No, they're not in this movie. That's the Nick at Night lineup.
Red, blue, green.
Those are colors. Which lately for Steven Spielberg, since Saving Private Ryan, he has been completely lacking. The Army of Darkness from Evil Dead, unless that's Spinal from Killer Instinct.
First to the key!
The Gremlins scattering about?
The Gremlins are in this movie!
Fucking He-Man?
I'm pretty sure I saw an orc who looks like Beastman from He-Man. I did. He's there.
Even goddamn Flash is in this! Wait, does that make this part of the DC Flashpoint multiverse?
Multiverse theory's a bitch.
The Joker and Batgirl, I guess, settling their gripe at the Killing Joke while teaming up with frickin' Spawn? Spawn?
This is pretty cool.
Pretty cool? This is amazing! Man, that's a crossover I never thought I'd see again, cause when I was a kid, on a side note, I remember seeing an after-school PSA special on stage about too much TV, and where a kid goes Captain N into the TV world and having Batman and Spawn cross paths with Robin showing up at the end. While the show was wholesome for a community production and utilized some of the Batman Forever Supreme costumes by Rubies, the entire message was ruined because my eyes were in utter shock that I was seeing live on my school stage that Batman and Spawn were crossing over together. They even included Alfred into the mix. You could say that this in-person experience was my first touch with crossovers outside of the Spider-Man X-Men episode. This is also eons before I knew these two characters actually crossed over in the comics. Unfortunately, I have no evidence to prove that this happened, and it only exists in my memory because I don't think anybody really cared about community theater tapes at the time.
Because fuck them, that's why.
And outside of using the YouTube clips to recreate this memory, the closest you're gonna get to a full scene is this. What's wrong, Master Bruce? You seem like you have a bit of a headache. Oh, it's nothing, Alfred. It's just came across some weird kid in the city. He said he came from a TV. Who does that? Is the Riddler up to his old tricks again? I don't know. But there was some weird guy with a red cape and looked like the devil. And I think he called himself Spawn. Spawn, sir? Yeah, who the fuck names their character or superhero identity Spawn? I mean, what a loser, right? Going around with his crappy CGI Nintendo 64 graphics cape. Silly man. He's not gonna amount to anything, I tell you that right now, Alfred. Anyway, go send that stuff to the lab in the Batcave. The other side of it, yeah. Alfred! What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, Master Bruce. We've changed sponsors from Diet Coke to Pepsi. What the hell? I've been a loyal customer to them for 20 years! Hell, then I'm surprised you haven't gotten diabetes yet. I suggest you go down to the Gotham Corner store with the Batmobile and pick up another case of Diet. Oh, god damn it! Jesus Christ, stupid. Talk about Pepsi. Piece of shit. Pepsi. Oh, shut up! We got 2 or 3 more movies to sponsor with them. Maybe one more if we're lucky. Find out in 30 years! So why am I bringing this up in a review of Ready Player One? Because it shows how interconnected everything is! I mean, this flashback from my childhood is one of the biggest reasons I created the fictional dimensional transporter! I mean, God, when the hell am I ever gonna talk about something like this that has been in my hard drives of my memory with no evidence of it from like 30 years ago? It's like every fanboy's dream to have a crossovers like that. It's unbelievable. Holy crap. Okay. Let's get back to the review. But you can see why I'm kind of obsessed with this kind of shit. You also got the Spartans from Halo helping out shooting the bad guys. The only thing missing is them teabagging their kills, which would have been frickin' hilarious.
What the fuck? That's like wrong in 8 different ways.
And on top of all of the madness in the midst of the battlefield, both the Battletoads and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let me repeat that. The Battletoads are fighting on the same side as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Holy shit! Whoa, no, wait a minute, hang on. Hang on a second, let me check the script here. Let me check my memory. Huh. Must have been a Mandela effect because I swear I saw them team up. Some really missed opportunities in this battle aren't there.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I spotted several big mistakes.
But regardless, it's still the craziest amount of characters I've ever seen on the screen!
If only we had 3 Mexican killer lobsters with mustaches and pistols on our side. Wow! Go!
It amazes me what kind of budget this thing had, which was under a maximum amount of $175 million?
I will not get drawn into another financial debate with you. I really will not.
There ain't no way it was made on that amount of money. This is at least an Infinity Wars budget. This has to be crossing at least $500 million with all the IPs they had to acquire. There's no fucking way it was made on $175 million fucking dollars. This is utter epic insanity. This is madness.
This is the
Jesus!
We're not done yet.
I know, Kylo. I know. So, before I get to the coolest part of this battle, do I have some nitpicks with it? Well, I'll admit it suffers from a few things that current battle scenes tend to have. For one thing, with a battle this big and grand, it's too short. I understand it being focused on the characters, which it does, from Wade's speech to getting into the castle and eventually finding the final key to win the game by playing Adventure on Atari 2600. Still, seriously, Steven, it should have been E.T. It would be difficult enough.
Man, they just keep ripping you off, don't they?
But when you have this many characters fighting side by side, it kind of becomes the focus that audiences want to see more of. This is one of those movies that's begging for an extended cut, both in story and action scenes. Plus, the one thing that I felt the battle could have had to make it more interesting is to see the IOI foot soldiers going in as avatars of IP villains, rather than the villains tagged along with other players. Quite frankly, it would have made the battle more awesome to see more heroes versus villains dynamics in the fight, with multiple possibilities which even all of these multiverse films we've had recently, we haven't really fully gotten yet.
Of course, you could remedy that. Really?
Oh my god, the possibilities of all these villains meeting and teaming up would be excellent! In fact, you could just sing this!
Join the fun with no regrets. Only greedy, dirty deeds are allowed.
And that alone would topple the entire review universe. On top of that, moments in the book that aren't in the final battle are not even shown. Like I said in part 1, the book also described battles in the air with all manner of sci-fi vehicles joining in the fray, including the Starship Enterprise and even stuff from Star Wars. Unfortunately, the film was unable to get much from what Disney owns, and only name drops the Millennium Falcon, being one of the most sought-after grand prizes in the whole game.
You want the Millennium Falcon? You have that?
And showcases a blurred X-Wing and going to the planet with the big nightclub.
It's an older code, sir, but it checks out.
I don't know. Fly casual.
So this in the Star Wars universe then?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if they told Disney or not, but if not, Disney's gonna be like, okay dude, give us some of that fucking money. But those are just nitpickings, quite frankly. The battle is honest to God phenomenal, and you gotta give props to the production's ability to get all these IPs in one spot to fight. With all the legal ownerships, I'm kinda still questioning the budget of this damn movie. It did cost $175 million to make, and only made $582 million worldwide, which nowadays is considered low, but it's a film that got a lot done and gave a ton of entertainment. However, what I feel like made the movie for everybody was this scene.
Mecha Godzilla!
And that's only the half of it! Yep, up from the depths 30 stories high, or whatever size you decide here. Seriously, this is King Kong Lives level of inconsistencies. With sheer surprise, the villains do pull out an evil character to their cause with the iconic monster mech of Toho, Mecha Godzilla. Man, this is the second season finale I've had him as a highlight. But in the book, believe it or not, the villains have a pick of the litter in mechs to use, naming Mecha Godzilla Kiru after the creature's name in the Millennium series. And the book even name drops other potentials like Raiden, Leopleurodon, and yes, even Evangelion is in the book. Holy shit, can you imagine? Let alone combining with Mechagodzilla. Wait, Universal Studios Japan already did that? Holy shit. Good God, Japan gets everything! I mean, next thing you'll tell me they have the only Meridian Jaws ride left in the world. We'll get your chance, buddy. We'll get you back someday.
それなら俺にもできるぞ降りてきて交代しろ
You know, come to think of it, next to having a ride of this thing, how the hell did we not get a Ready Player One video game out of this awesomeness? Mecha Godzilla himself, though, was a shocking surprise to see, but also was perfect timing. This movie was being made right around the start of the MonsterVerse, which Warner Brothers also produced, being a full year before the release of Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it wouldn't surprise me if Steven Spielberg and his team went to Legendary's design department to find early concept art for Mecha Godzilla, probably drawn up by the team on the side before Godzilla vs. Kong was in production out of boredom by some of the team members. So, in a way, it was a preview for what would come. Which is what the majority of this massive fight was pitched at, but I'll get into that later.
But wait! There's more. There's more!
The design itself is less legendary and more of a hybrid of the Showa and Heisei designs. Its weapons are more on par with the Showa era, whereas the physical form and head take more from the Heisei era, and it's a pretty cool mix of the two.
But wait! There's more!
The only thing I kinda can complain about as a flaw is the music. You expect to hear the classic music by Akira Ufukube or Masura Sato, but Silvestri decided for some odd reason to just use the original Godzilla theme at a lower pitch. I guess you could say it was a legal issue, and considering Toho and Japan's copyright laws, it wouldn't surprise me.
It was a complicated matter with Toho. You know, all these rights are very complicated. It's not an easy thing to get. And Legendary was supportive, Warner Brothers was supportive, and we went for it. And also, you know, it was important to us that it not just be a fan service cameo. Like, if we're going to use a theme, I want it to be a theme.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, at least they're not Warner Brothers with the Batman IP rights. Oh, trust me, we'll get to that in a sec.
You want to get nuts?
You can't be fucking serious. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, is every fucking detail in the goddamn...
That, or it's meant to be another major nod to Kiryu, given he was built around the bones of the original Godzilla. But unless the real Godzilla showed up on the battlefield, I don't see a reason why, and would have preferred something more original, but familiar. Kinda like Michael Giacchino's work on Cloverfield, mimicking the Godzilla themes.
But wait! There's more!
If Mecha Godzilla showing up on the battlefield wasn't enough to pump your excitement, he not only chases down the DeLorean, but takes on the iconic Iron Giant in a fanfiction fight of the century. And it's pure badass. Though, while it sucks that Ultraman had to be replaced despite fighting a reused Godzilla suit once in an episode of his series. And that is the closest you'll ever get me to talk about Ultraman.
Hey, you should talk about Ultraman!
This was pretty cool to see two mechs go at it, let alone three. So, y'all know me and how I feel when it comes to live-action anime adaptations. I've said my piece on Dragon Ball Evolution, as well as discussed my thoughts on live-action anime movies and who should direct the specific ones, so once again, recommend watching that video beforehand for more insight. However, I should stress that this pitch of a scene made this movie and this battle the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Gundamで行く.
What? He would.
He would.
That is so cool!
They're about to go Gundam style on their asses!
Gundam style.
Yeah, folks, I'm sorry. I know it's an outdated meme and I'm a little late to the party, but I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. When I was in the theater, my jaw dropped, drooling popcorn and soda for the first time ever on a live-action motion picture screen, and for an entire group of fans and newcomers to these characters and worlds, we saw a mobile suit Gundam, not just fully visualized in live-action special effects from Hollywood, but as a presentation for what a Gundam movie could be, and it stuck the fucking landing. To see this baby, the original Gundam model, take on one of the greatest anti-cybernetic copies of a hero in all of fiction was completely awe-inspiring. The visuals, the sounds, the build-up, the heroic music. It's pretty clear this is the scene where money was spent and effort was at its peak for the movie. And wouldn't you know it, as an effects pitch, it actually worked, because shortly thereafter it was announced that Japan had worked out a deal to bring the Gundam franchise to Hollywood as a big budget feature being directed by the awesomely talented Jordan Vogt Roberts of Kong Skull Island, and the upcoming Metal Gear Solid movie with Oscar Isaacs. By the way, did you know there was an Evangelion movie planned in the early 2000s by Weta? Goes to show those guys are weebs.
What's up?
Yeah, Brad, do a video on that.
The fuck you talking about?
And quite frankly, with his love for anime and gaming, Jordan is the perfect choice. Though not the freedom strike from my personal favorite series, Gundam Seed, it was just so goddamn cool to see this iconic anime piece in live action, let alone from a film by Steven Spielberg. I knew he was an anime fan, with the likes of Akira among a few others, but a Gundam fan? Who saw that coming? The cards were just all there and played an epic win, and overall, the battle and the climax itself capped the movie off to a nice and fulfilling close. Does it make me hope a Gundam film series can work and will eventually lead us to a Seed movie? One can only dream, but nevertheless, it's a sign that along with Cameron's Alita Battle Angel, that since Dragon Ball Evolution, the future might be bright for potential live-action anime movies. Outside of Death Note and Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. And hey, maybe even my favorite anime might actually get a proper live-action adaptation in the future.
You're ready.
Yes. When this battle begins, I'll be seeing you again.
We'll look after each other. All of us.
Now, the rest of the fight in Climax does play off well with some twists and turns, including Wade using some killer sweet Street Fighter moves. But doesn't hold a candle to the awe-inspiring mech battle.
Here comes the motherfucking Iron Giant to fucking somersault the goddamn Mecha Godzilla and beat the shit out of him, and he takes one for the team. He does the Terminator 2 thumbs up. Alan Silvestri, where the fuck when he does the thumbs up is this?
And unfortunately, with Nolan being a sore loser, pulls a Frieza on the entire game, erasing any chances for the characters to keep fighting.
This planet! No!
Well, at least it's a more dignified death than my own movie. Shit!
I never got to fuck gently!
Lost the lead.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, back for threats too. Voting.
Edgy fan, I swear to God, to the asshole of New Jersey you're at! But given it's a video game movie, the story carries on with Wade getting an extra life, which was established early on.
A bet is a bet.
All in all, the movie is a visual experience that really brought so much awesomeness to the table. But does it have enough to keep the audience hungry for it and then some? Well, this is where most check out in some cases, despite my enjoyment of the movie. While the visuals alone make the movie fun and engaging, the story and characters itself do tend to be generic, cliche, and predictable. But the question becomes for this particular story is if the tropes and predictability is passable for a film of the scale. And it's pretty clear that most opinions on the film are split right down the bloody middle, from positive outcomes from gamers,
but it is so much fun
And the reason being is because it feels like a video game.
I was really enthralled with this movie, not only because of the nostalgia throwbacks, which they're in here. You see nostalgic throwbacks in a lot of entertainment. This movie, more than most, you do get why it's there.
It's beautiful looking, it's fun, it's vibrant, it's colorful. I did enjoy the movie.
To deep dive dissections that tear the movie apart.
Ready Player One was kind of fucking dumb. They try to explain that some people have omnidirectional platforms underneath their feet, but that doesn't explain how people are jumping on shit. You'd think at least one character in the movie would be like, hold on, I can't go any further because there's a real building in my way. I'm going to have to readjust and face the other way while compensating for my direction. Are these people not at risk for running into each other? How does that make any sense?
And even comparisons to the book are equally as bad.
That the only way to find real fulfillment is in the real world, but only after you have friends and a girlfriend who loves you and more money than you could ever spend in your lifetime.
Even the book, while more detailed and has major problems, is a bit confusing in how the future functions. Unlike, say, the Star Wars prequels or the Hunger Games, the future's government at least gave the world more believability in showing its central governs and how the world works. But here, it's less convincing. How does something like the Oasis enter the world's economic numbers? Why would the government give full world access to the game itself? Why would any company be approved to create body sense game suits that could cause pain? It sounds like a deal for a potential human rights lawsuit.
What do you have to say about that, Griffin? Go!
Unless human rights were disbanded, though that is starting to become a factor in real life, but I'll talk about that later.
The justice system works swiftly in the future now that they've abolished all lawyers.
Oh, this is heavy.
At least when we did our first test run on the FTT, the government had a reason for breaking and entering. And again, the production design has little to offer in making you believe the weight of this world and the real-life problems, along with its awe of technology. Look at something like Gundam Seed again, or Halo, or even Avatar. Their presentation and visuals and music suck you right into the worlds they inhabit with impressive spectacle, making you step out of the virtual reality in the theater, coming out inspired to create what the movie or show presents. Not many modern movies really have that effect. We've never really had a hoverboard or lightsaber moment yet when it comes to iconic moments in recent films, and I think audiences need that, especially young kids seeing a movie like this. Instead, it just chooses to be typical and take from other film storylines to fill in the gaps.
The complete Nancy Drew. Kegel exercises for
hyperspace tracking, navigational systems.
Okay, hi, we're back. So, if you remember and recall from part 1 that we were going to bring up the Rogue One references, well, in fact, I think the sticker is right here from when we went there. You see that? It's finally time to talk about that part. Not just the fact that Ben Mendelsohn was cast in this, but also the story structure in comparison to the books, I guess. So, let's just dive right into it. I mean, it's not like part 3 took, like, forever to produce. What? Part 1 and 2 were that long ago? Oh god. Okay, well, best get our A game here. Holy shit, guys. Come on, pick up the pace. It's unfortunately hard not to compare this film's structure to other films from Willy Wonka, Sword Art Online, and the more recent film at the time of its release, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, which, spoiler alerts for later on, is the best film of the Disney era for the franchise. But that also becomes a problem here in the casting of Nolan.
This guy. Back to work, people.
While Ben Mendelsohn is a fine actor and a great one at that, it sucks that since Rogue One to be typecasted as a power-hungry villain on the top of the ranks, let alone his empire fighting another resistance in another film. I don't know if that was Steven's intent, given both films were pretty much in the works at the same time and only about 2 years apart, but given the first 2 years of Star Wars movies under Disney's control did extremely well, you can tell other studios, much like their successes with Marvel, were easily attempting a cash-in with structure. But unlike Rogue One, where we got to know these new diverse characters to play a major part in the story we all know today, and with the well-deserved battle being probably the best Star War in Star Wars. We're going in! Seriously, Gareth, how the fuck did you go from cock-teasing us with Godzilla to showing us the full pair of Death Star titties with Darth Vader going full Jason Voorhees with a lightsaber? This film, however, in terms of writing and structure, feels like a quick slap together. It feels like the equivalent of lazy copy-paste homework.
stand here amidst my achievement, not yours!
I know the book was a bit more mean-spirited, but at least it was slightly different in structure, despite most of the main characters there being completely unlikable. Sort of a pick your poison with this story, unfortunately, and you could see why outside of IP license, it's been probably the hardest story to adapt from book to film for Steven. It's something that has plagued him since he defined the summer blockbuster almost 50 years ago with Jaws, adapting the book by Peter Benchley, which originally had subplots with ties to the mob and Brody's wife cheating on him. Same thing happened on Jurassic Park, too. The novel was much more toned to an R-rated horror story akin to the likes of Carnosaur, but being a family man and liking dinosaurs, Steven toned down both film adaptations to be more intrigued for all ages. While I have issues with that in the past, they don't take away from those films' perfections. And here, I'm actually okay with the changes because, like I said before, the books are kind of poorly written. So this was definitely a tough adaptation for Spielberg to make. And I don't blame him since I can relate to the same material. Who knew that anybody who tackled Ready Player One at all would have these type of struggles? It applies to a lot of the character IPs as well as something that has been a problem for a while. That being how these amazing visual spectacles have been reduced to background props for a lot of bland stories, not to mention tarnishing established IP characters. I should bring this up now, but having the Iron Giant be an all-access weapon goes completely against his character. I understand it's an avatar, it's not the real Iron Giant, but at the same time, you should respect the original source material. And the Iron Giant was never a weapon, only when provoked. The original film is a great movie, and this movie, while visually appealing with how they portrayed the Iron Giant, does go a lot against what the original film stood for. But again, it's an avatar, so I'll let it slide. One review of this movie that actually had a lot to say about this problem is, oddly enough, the nostalgia critic's take. Just for a quick context, here's the snippet.
Can climb Mount Everest with Batman?
Honestly, all of these sound more interesting than the actual story we're given. I'll admit, it's neat to see all these things for a minute, but the novelty wears off pretty fast. The characters show up, and that's literally it. It'd be cool if you could interact with Doc Brown or Tetsuo instead of driving their vehicles, but if you were to take dozens of characters I recognize, put them in a fight, and swing the camera around like a drunken drone trying to learn how to jerk off, it's pretty goddamn boring. I can't make out half of this. Don't just show us Goro, put us in Mortal Kombat. Don't just say Batman's climbing a mountain, show us how he would do it if he was really there.
And I, for one, 100% agree with him that the stuff in the background would make for a better set of movies because, to be honest, people went to see this movie not for generic characters, but for all the stuff to pluck at as a Where's Waldo movie.
Find Waldo yet again. Man, he's just not trying anymore.
We want to see these IPs interact in a multiverse. We want to see the DeLorean and the Batmobile in a race for definitive movie car premise, especially if Batman and Robin and Doc and Marty are driving those vehicles. We want to see the T-Rex from Jurassic Park fight King Kong in New York. We want to see Jack Torrance try to kill these new guests in the Shining movie. And in the battle, we do want to see the Street Fighter gang take on the Mortal Kombat team, and we want to see the Ninja Turtles actually team up with the Battletoads. And while you're at it, add the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Sailor Scouts. It's a tokusatsu fan's wet dream.
Ooh, they're so awesome.
The battle also has many flaws and raises several questions. If Mecha Godzilla was prominent, why not bring in King Kong? Why not bring in Godzilla? Fuck, bring in Gamera for all I care. Or any other iconic kaijus out there.
Unleash Godzilla! Oh, snap! I thought you was locked up.
And according to the Wikipedia of this movie, apparently Toothless and Hiccup are in this? Okay, Razor Blade, you may want to check that out, but also Rodan! I'm not kidding, they list Rodan in the Wikipedia page. Is he even in this movie? I can't even pick him out. Where the hell is he? Where do you guys come up with these assumptions? Well, it is Wikipedia after all.
I can't see a thing.
If Batgirl and the Joker are teaming up, where's Harley Quinn or Robin? Or where's Batman with the Batmobile or the Batwing to help out the DeLorean? You had him at the beginning of the movie climbing a mountain, and presumably in the Batmobile during the race. Okay, granted the Batmobile was trash, but he's Batman. He could have gotten away because, well, you know.
Because I'm Batman.
You stop.
Well, Well, to get on a bit of a sidetrack, but I have to bring this up. The reason you never see Batman appear much in any other piece of media outside of theatrical motion pictures is because ever since 1989, Warner Brothers signed a very strict contract requiring Batman in the costume to only appear in theatrical motion pictures, in live action. This is why you only see animated series based on the character, and the only live action television series to come out of it with the title character was the 1966 Out of West show, which for Warner Brothers was still a bad stain on their IP. But if you're wondering why he appears in Gotham, Birds of Prey, and so on, that's because the creators of those shows had to sneakily weave him into the plot without fully showing him in the suit.
Batman is like Elvis. It's really the suit that is the star.
In fact, the Gotham show actually paid a huge hefty price just to show Batman in the final shot, let alone Warner Brothers strictly making sure that the suit was Batman enough, but not Batman enough so it didn't infringe on their contracts. I mean, what else is there to say? Holy Mickey Mouse rights to Disney, Batman.
What is it that no man wants to have, yet no man wants to lose? A lawsuit. Correct, boy wonder.
You've already established Batman, Robin, and Harley Quinn, not to mention Catwoman in one shot, are all prominent in this universe, so why not have them tag along? Why not have the Bat family? Or what about Superman? What about the Justice League, or the Green Lantern Corps, or the Flash, or—
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Okay, we all know we're going to see the Flash not because of Ezra Miller being a piece of shit, but because it's the closest we're going to get to a Tim Burton Batman 3. I mean, fuck, we were robbed the world's finest movie with Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve. Fucking Warner Brothers, man. I don't know about you, but I think even the Snyder fans would kill to see that happen. Especially with recent events as of late. And with the mess of IPs and getting the production of Ready Player One off the ground, it's highly unlikely that Superman would even appear in that movie's universe. Maybe ours. And if you open the floodgates of Pandora's box like this, you gotta go all out. It's something that Hollywood doesn't really have the balls to do nowadays, and why, in my eyes, as of late, I've become more distant to IP movies. Yeah, I know, everybody, but hear me out. To be honest, it's why I support fan films. Hell, it's why I make my own fan films. They're made by young, upcoming independent filmmakers who actually care about the source material and aren't influenced by politics or agendas or any lazy horseshit that has utterly absorbed and infected Tinseltown.
A fanboy knows a hater, and I know you've got a whole department of oologists in your ear. So if you want to know what I really think, I think you're full of shit.
And honestly, it's hard to avoid nowadays. Look at the lineup of movies coming out nowadays that just by the trailers honestly look horrible. Now I understand the notion of don't judge a book by its cover, but god damn it, if you've seen the repeated patterns of these companies and these trends they're doing, it's no doubt that their next product as part of these trends is gonna suck as much as the rest.
But you're not all boys. So?
What the hell is that?
In fact, more IPs that aren't Disney are being remade. We've got a Harry Potter TV show coming out, remaking the entirety of the books. I mean, who gives a shit? J.K. Rowling's all over this crap.
Dudley Dursley's a cunt.
And to top it all off, they're remaking the Twilight franchise as a TV show. What? Let me repeat that. Twilight is getting remade into a television series, as if the movies weren't fucking enough.
Why? Why?
Because fuck them, that's why. Well, here's a better question. Who cares?
It's almost as if they don't care about their audience. It's almost as if they care about quantity over quality. It's almost as if they're using billion-dollar IPs to push some political bullshit. Gee, I wonder why they keep doing it.
Money, 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 money.
Why do you put up with this guy? He's a shit show.
Okay, I am so sorry for that rant, but I had to get that out of my system. And can you really blame me? In its structure, the film should have actually looked more like something like Sword Art Online that better explained its sides of both the gaming world and the real world. To be fair, I understand that later on Sword Art Online gets horrible, but that first season still was pretty fucking solid by audiences' standards. And it's something that would be interesting for a sequel or adaptation of Ready Player 2, to lock its players in the game for global control. Hell, I think the battle between united open minds and control of the masses is needed more than ever with storytelling given the world's current social climate.
I'm here talking to all of you now because our future's being threatened by people who will stop at nothing to win this contest. Some have lost their freedom. Some have lost their lives.
While the movie does tackle things like gaming economics via loot boxes, or even to some extent predicting the rise of NFTs, constant advertisements on videos and shit, don't even get me started on cryptocurrency, I have no fucking interest. It's so subtle and left asking why the villains do what they plan, being so vague it's hard to find a motive other than world domination, like these guys are working for Cobra or something.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Cobra!
In fact, wasn't this sort of a plot of a G.I. Joe episode where they tried to control television by re-editing the ending of the original King Kong?
He's got the planes. Yes, you can never win if your enemy is bigger and stronger than you.
You changed the ending?
Yes, to promote Cobra's social philosophy.
Well, I can check that reference off the list.
How was this accomplished?
Computers, of course. Voice and picture synthesis. Also, has anybody ever tallied what the fuck Nolan was charged with when he got arrested at the end of the film? Cause seriously, he commits a lot of crimes that can't possibly be legal, even in a dystopian future.
So this is one of those conversations that we're not really having.
I give you 50 million. I need to know where they are. We need to know. We need to find them.
They're kids.
He thinks that we're all too distracted to even notice.
I had to make the offer. Or expected it, but I was really hoping you'd say no.
Jesus fucking Christ. You killed my mom's sister.
What?
You killed my mom's sister.
Odd way of saying you killed my aunt? What the hell, Steven? I mean, I can't remember. Was that in the book? Was that written for the script? It's such a weird line that everybody's made fun of this.
You killed my mom's sister.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, I get you want to have Princess Bride syndrome, given you're doing how many generic cliches in this movie, Steven? But come on, as a guy who writes lines like this?
He's been spotted in the outskirts of the city, thanks to witnesses from our intel of dimensional energy seen throughout.
I expect a little better, movie.
You killed my mom's sister.
Stop saying that!
Now, in the film, he is arrested for his crimes, and thank God for that. But in the book, his character is totally different and actually gives an explanation why he's doing what he does. It turns out he's actually trying to deliberately destroy the entirety of the Oasis due to the death of his sister and how humanity has neglected its own planet to escape the Oasis instead of living in the real world. Again, kinda hard to when it's in a post-apocalyptic state. And then in the second book, he escapes from jail and disguises himself as an avatar. Wait, is this where James Cameron got the idea for the sequel? And starts creating problems for the High Fives now that they run the Oasis. There definitely is more character development in the books that a sequel could definitely expand on, but it'll have to depend on if Steven wants to make one or not. Because the second film was announced, but nothing has really gotten far in the stages of development. Plus, how does a company like this have access to this much of the world's powers to imprison and enslave people that are decided by the courts of the justice system? Where did they get that power, and how does it pass by civil rights, liberty? You know, I should really stop asking and just look outside for those answers.
The justice system works swiftly in the future now that they've abolished all lawyers.
And yeah, folks, I need to add my 2 cents into this because it might also affect my end of things on this channel. I'm sure most of you are aware of the current debate about apps like TikTok and how our leaders want to disband them for safety reasons.
TikTok is a weapon by the Chinese Communist Party to spy on you, manipulate what you see, and exploit for future generations.
Has
ByteDance spied on American citizens.
I don't think that spying is the right way to describe it.
We can differ on that.
Getting really nostalgic for the McCarthy trials, aren't you, Gramps?
Are you a member of the Communist Party?
While understandable and on the surface, you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, what the hell am I saying? I'm judging the Little Mermaid movie, but that's made by corporate overlords.
All you care about is money.
But because while technology like this does have its flaws on society and security, they've been the biggest power on the internet that allows open communication, social welcomings, friendships, business, discoveries, and overall fun. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
I only came here to escape the shitty hand that life dealt me. Because I found something much bigger than just myself. I found a cause.
And it doesn't help that the leaders are banning it due to accusations they themselves are committing, by basically bragging about how much bigger and better they are to do it. And to quote one of my personal heroes, George Carlin,
But when's the last white people you can remember that we bombed? The Germans! The Germans are the only ones. And the only reason for that is because they were trying to cut in on our action. They wanted to dominate the world. Bullshit! That's our fucking job! That's our fucking job!
I swear, if the US government was ever an animated musical, the song would look like this. I will never get over West Side Source being a thing. No matter what side you're on, you gotta admit how much bullshit it's affecting every one of us today. Even those we can consider the enemy for the longest time are actually siding with how much this sucks.
TikTok is bad, sure, but these measures are not aimed at stopping the foreign threat, they're aimed at controlling the American population.
Okay, I don't like Tucker Fucker either, I think he's terrible, I'm glad he's gone. But when even he agrees that the system is fucked, you know it's bad. And maybe that's the power of technology and what the film is trying to represent. That its advancements are awe-inspiring, and those who want full control unite diversity to one banner. And it's all a call we really need right now. We're living in very troubling times. I think the last few years of the 2020s have been troubling times for everybody, including us here at home. And instead of just hiding away as introverts on our little computers playing, Final Fantasy XIV or chatting on Discord or just sticking to Twitch all the fucking time, times like this we really need to help each other out, especially those who we think really need help and who have a lot of good intentions. And essentially unite to stop these ruthless, terrible organizations determined to rule the world. We may be living in an episode of South Park. We may be living in an episode of The Simpsons, as a lot of people have pointed out. But let's say fuck all that and live in an episode of G.I. Joe for the day. And stick it to the man. Stick it to the wrongs. And hopefully come out with a better solution. That's all I gotta say about the last few years. It sucks, and I'd say at least half of it's over, but we still got another half to deal with.
Ask yourselves, are you willing to zero out for the Oasis? Are you willing to fight?
And I normally don't talk about this kind of stuff on my show, but given how this is a case of life literally imitating art to a fucking T, it's kind of unavoidable with this particular film.
The chickens are revolted!
Finally, something we agree on.
Outside of that, the whole movie's world building, while acceptable, is hard to digest when you try to analyze it, and it's mostly due to not just the film being an adaptation, but the book itself, which I'll admit is not the best in terms of world building and writing. If the book and movie had the same dystopian politics as something like The Hunger Games, which was deep, dark, and really eerie, although to be fair, Battle Royale is the original and superior film, the world would have been so much more engaging as a cautionary tale. Instead, it ends more in the vein of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but with an overall message of getting outside more?
We close the Oasis on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know it sounds like a weird move, but people need to spend more time in the real world.
Wade, the world is kind of still in a post-apocalyptic state. Kind of hard for people to be happy outside the Oasis at the moment. In fact, some people's jobs and livelihoods require the game. In fact, have you seen how gamers are today if you shut down their shit?
What did you do?
Are we just not going to talk about it? Kind of an important issue?
Like Halliday said,
the gaming community now affects the economy.
Is the only thing.
Hello?
That's real.
Hello? Are we not going to talk about this? Oh, okay, the movie's over then.
What a douche.
Allosaurus had never seen such bullshit before.
Yeah, to be honest, Wade's character switches from being likable, generic, to a straight-up jerk, and it's really inconsistent at times, to be honest. It could be due to the rewrites, though given Steven toning down the book was a good thing because, like I said before, the book's characters are pretty unlikable due to how much distaste in women's gaming. I know it came out in 2011, but tell me there's not a little bit of Gamergate attached to this whole ordeal in the book, which again, thankfully, the film removed in adaptation. Though I do in some respects understand the message about the overuse of technology the film does try to shoehorn in, but it could have been better. A prime example is, in fact, this particular review. Not to go too far down the rabbit hole and break the formula from character to legit conversations here so much.
Fourth wall! You're breaking the fourth wall!
But I just want to say that this episode is probably the biggest challenge, not just in my show, but in my entire career thus far. Part 1 being the worst, physically draining me and having me crash multiple times and wanting to keep going, despite it taking a toll on my health to a degree. So for those wondering why this finale is so bulky and why it's taken forever to put together this time around, that's the main reason, and I appreciate how much you guys have stuck around for the last 10 years, let alone have the patience waiting for this final chapter to unfold. So the message on this does have its importance. If you're dedicated to something that takes a toll within technology, it's important to give yourself a break to better yourself. Back to the film. I'll even admit while the Oasis is the best part of the movie, it begs to push itself to showcase more with so many possibilities. It's a world and story that has too much that you crave for more, and a franchise with this, or at least an adaptation of Ready Player 2, would be in order to expand the world and build a bigger story worth investing in despite how much that second book is badly written. Honestly, I hate to say it, but it makes Stephenie Meyer look like Bram Stoker in comparison. Again, despite them remaking it!
Finale. Tell me something good.
It's clear despite being a decent improved adaptation of the source material was limited on budget and IPs that the book had more leeway on given it's a written work. But who knows, maybe Steven can give Disney, Warner Brothers, and other IP companies a truce for a sequel to provide more expanded material in the sequel if made. I mean shit, if the Lego movie can have Warner Brothers IPs in moments with characters from Star Wars, or even Chip and Dale, despite being cynical as fuck with the likes of Ugly Sonic and Batman v E.T. I'm not fucking kidding.
E.T. forgive Bat.
Fine.
There's hope for Ready Player 2, and maybe a franchise in of itself just yet. And I applaud Steven for going back to his roots and giving us something fun, colorful, and entertaining. So there's hope for the director and his golden age to return. And hey, maybe even a Roger Rabbit 2 might come true at long last. And while I complain somewhat of the effects, shots, and characters being kind of generic, the movie is still entertaining, and I can get a kick out of it overall. And to be honest, there's way more Easter eggs in this movie that, quite frankly, I lost count. I know there's references to Tomb Raider, Crawl, War of the Worlds, Firefly, and
the list is almost endless.
Surprisingly, a GoldenEye 007 reference.
James Halliday's favorite first-person shooter. What?
Oh, GoldenEye.
And mention Odd Job.
Playing as?
Odd Job.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
There was the horse heads at the end of the film with the Easter egg, the Mortal Kombat.
Oh God, somebody please make it stop!
One of Artemis's weapons is the pulse rifle from Aliens. Shit, how cool would it be if a bunch of xenomorphs ended up in the battle?
Game over, man. It's game over.
There's even a nod to fucking Excalibur with the Ord of Osavox using the spell that Merlin used in the film. Holy crap, this movie goes deep. But honestly, I just wanted to focus on the stuff that I recognize. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that could probably pick apart every single goddamn Easter egg in this movie, but overall it shows how much of a love letter it is to pop culture and films in general. In fact, Steven himself said it at the premiere.
It kind of exemplifies not just excellence in the movies, but excellence in the audiences, in their appreciation for movies, in their love for movies. And this is not a film that we've made. This is, I promise you, a movie.
And while I'm much more of a critic than a gamer, I mean, hell, I'm coming off these guys. Which, by the way, critic, how are you handling the factions out there in Chicago?
I got out.
But how
How did you escape?
I got out!
Okay, fine, I won't question it, but I am sending reinforcements to help it. What? Oh. Turns out Likar's got it covered with Comic-Con. Awesome. I really owe that guy a few comic books. I do also respect Steven for bringing in not just film audiences, but gamers as well into the world of the Oasis. And what do you expect? He was a gamer since the very beginning, with a fucking Donkey Kong arcade cabinet in his office. What a pro!
It's a quick thrill. I mean, it takes me a year to have a quick thrill with a movie. With a video game, I can play that. I can play Tempest, and in 10 minutes, I can probably feel totally like I've accomplished something today.
Perhaps I do wish more IPs like Star Wars and Disney stuff was thrown in, but given rights issues, that's only a dream, and the movie is fine for what it's got. So while the movie isn't perfect by any means and opened the floodgates on tons of ideas and problems, if you go into this movie, I'll let Basil from Austin Powers sum up my recommendations on this film.
I suggest you don't worry about this sort of thing and just enjoy yourself. That goes for you all, too. Yes.
You could do video essays for hours and hours and bum pick the hell out of the problems with this film, but honestly, I still freaking like it, and I would highly recommend it. It's worth checking out. I know many are harsh on it, forgot about it already, and even bash the original source material for being a bad work of writing. I mean, I'm the same here as well, but what you like is what you like. And I did like Ready Player One as a self-contained movie and a good time to kill in terms of most nostalgic escapism. Do I wish it was deeper and given more to offer? Yeah, for sure, but much like most of Steven's book adaptations, he delivers a film that's simplified, familiar, and fun for the whole family, and was a nice callback to Steven's more entertaining days as an imaginative filmmaker. My final thoughts on Ready Player One are positive overall, and I can enjoy it for its simple story, great action scenes, a very nice variety of familiar music, and some impressive special effects. It's a good time for the whole family, and a fun spectacle, coming in at a decent 8.1 out of 10. So check it out if you want a fun multiverse movie. And considering it's got King Kong, Steven Spielberg at the helm, and a chock full of content I've covered in the past, this movie was a fun look back and retrospective to review for my show's overall 10th anniversary. And all of this was just the beginning. When the Great War ended all those years ago, I figured a life as a YouTube reviewer undercover would be my best scapegoat. But through it all, I've learned and gained so much. It isn't the end. Far from it. It's only the beginning of a bright but perilous adventure. And I hope to have all of you by my side. Alright, enough of the cheesy monologues. Let's end this thing with a bang.
My lord, how long until you plan to invade those bloody Americans? It would be an honor if I were to lead the charge in your name.
You red-coated fool! You will not even pass the Manhattan Port, let alone the country itself. Did you not see the attempt in January?
Oh, you mean by those inbred scum? That was adorable.
You need massive firepower for such an invasion.
Patience, my friends. We must not rush into things. Let them fear us and give them a sense of hope before we wipe them all out.
We should take the East Coast, but our forces must be built first, Roth. Just think of it as a manifested destiny.
Loki will be arriving soon with the gauntlet. Our lord will be most pleased with such.
Let this be a new beginning as a worthy alliance of conquerors, thanks to our lord and master.
Do not be hesitant, my alliance. It will be a slow process, but we shall show the universe pure, pleasurable pain.
We are under attack. This is not a drill.
Ah, shit.
It's happening again.
Guards! Raise the alarm! Ready the battalion! Cobra Commander, you said you killed that little brat, BigJackFilms. You failed like you have before.
Says the witch who could destroy this bloody city with even the Ranger's own mega sword. Silence! Alert all of our armies in the world. Prepare for attack. Ready my forces. Get me that gauntlet.
Pork! Is it ready to go? Over!
Stand for good, buddy. Full power is at 45%.
What picks up them on directed route? Do you have the message code? Under attack! Pork! We got it under attack! Alright! Check! Roll check!
Going. Yo, buddy. Look, I've known you for 15 years, and we've gone on lots of crazy adventures together, and I've never questioned your motives until now. All I know is, if you bring everybody here, there is no going back.
What is normal, Brad? Other than the excuse of distinguishing good and evil? If we are to go back, it's the only way. No matter what happens, I'll stand behind you as your brother.
Damn right, brother.
What's the shit?
Let's fucking do it.
Attention, all warriors of worlds. My name is Jack, but some of you might know me as the Eldorian, guardian and keeper of the first key to all worlds. I'm sending an urgent message to all of you now because our future is in danger. And the Great War has returned to our worlds from evil that will stop at nothing to win this. Some of you might already know this from veterans who have lost so very much, but some yet may not know the loss of their freedom or their lives. Now this, a fortress of pure evil that leeches onto the key world that allows yours to exist. I created the multiverse portals to your world to escape the shitty hand that life dealt me. But I stayed here, like many of you, on your own, because this is my home, a cause to entertain everyone around the world with movie reviews and things I like. I found my friends and inspirations. And even in your worlds, I found love. Too many to count, really. And I ain't losing it to the evils of my past and yours. The Dark One thinks we won't put up a fight because their numbers and powers outmatch our own. And now we're supposed to just hand in the key world? The ability to destroy us all in one swoop? Yeah, well, you know what I say to that? I say, fuck that! Let's beat the shit out of them! And I say this to all worlds in the realms of fiction and imagination. Are you willing to fight? I'd never ask for a war unless I felt it was needed to be worth fighting for. But I ask you now! This is the Eldorian, calling in code TGW2. Stand with me, as you once did 15 years ago. Save our worlds. Save our imagination. Save the multiverse.
FET last move. Ready to launch a connection teleportation.
Oh, Dr. Terawatt, you'd be so proud!
Warning. Enemy threat detected.
Nice speech. How long did it take you to write that?
About a half hour, give or take.
Oh, so I can see I didn't lose much sleep.
Well, I had Android 18's pillows to sleep on. They were nice cybernetic C's. Or were they D's?
Moose do not constrain human gathering near the site. Subject may be terminated by chain reacted enemies.
Who wants to live forever?
Listen here, you ass-wife of the United Nations. I don't give two shits if you're dealing with Vladimir Poo-Poo-Head. We need the army right now! Pork. Adios, you magnificent, baconated bastard. 18! Port Dexter is down! Is the city being secured?
Yeah, Carl's got it covered, but it looks like we've sort of show incoming.
Wait for my signal! I'll be right there! Well, let's hope the years of testing our Terawatt's technology works!
Captain Nick, set up the Kaiju Guard with the fleet. Daddy's gonna have to go and kick some ass.
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword!
Nice dress.
It's a tunic, you tit!
First come, first serve.
This isn't McDonald's.
I'm not doing that again.
Jones! Croft! You're alive, thank God.
Never mind that, kid.
We're double for what we were paid for this. Each.
Oh, hey, no problem. Did you still manage to get the King's Gauntlet?
We found the gauntlet. It's not the one you were thinking.
What?
See for yourself.
Yes?
Where'd you get the coordinates to the King's Gauntlet?
Internet?
You fucking dumbass! They used it to get to the Infinity Gauntlet. Fuck's sake!
Name of Napoleon and the coloners of old, foreign arts!
sis.
Let's fuck shit up.
This is Jay coming to you from Nerd Cage Live, broadcasting the biggest nerd bomb in Bronzeville. It's a wonderful day for the clashes of good and evil to rage. Isn't that right, Joe?
That's right, Jay. It appears BigJackFilms has himself way over its head this time, fornicating the fabric of space and time for the battle of nerd premise. I tell you, this makes that guy with glasses brawl look like Midya cuddling Kiko.
Well, needless to say, our breaking news for this Nerd Cage is being broadcast by the correspondent Sean Ward of Team Super Funny, who's on the grounds hiding from the cast to bring us this exclusive live report. What do you got down there for us?
Joel, Jay, it's absolutely nuts out here. The number of fictional characters that have gotten out of their cages makes it look like a Gary Oldman in The Professional is like a normal guy talking by comparison. Whoa!
Sean, even though you're hiding out there from your cowardice life, can you tell us what type of Nerd Cage brawls are going on out there?
Joe, it's insane out here. I certainly see Link taking out Ganon. We saw King Arthur of Britain pussing out. And over here, it's Android 17 getting ready to take out a cod. It's madness out here. Back to you in the newsroom.
Well, wherever 17 is, 18's not too far behind.
That's right, Jay, and now to our dating gossip doji guru, Professor Kaiju with the latest shipments. Professor, do you know if 18 and Jack are still dating at this time?
I'm sad.
This Nerd Cage Live cameo is sponsored by Nerd Cage Live t-shirts. Order a Nerd Cage t-shirt right now, link in the description down below. It's more important than breathing. BigJackFilms variants coming soon. Maybe.
Hey, what's going on?
Bumba, you're sitting on the remote. Huh? Oh, sorry. I thought it was a brownie.
Air travel via cheetah spin. What a concept. Now, where do I end up this Sweet! Bill Plimpton animating an elephant eating a pickle on a pogo stick!
Oh, hey, Huey.
Isaac? What are you doing here? What the hell is going on?
Well, to make a long story short, Jack's in a bit of a pickle, so he's got a bunch of us involved.
Oh, well that makes sense.
Haha, gotcha!
You patrol! You've been told to fly to the sky.
Didn't think the trolls would be on our side.
They pick and choose their battles. I deal with a few every Tuesday.
Speaking of, how the hell am I supposed to contribute? I'm just a floating soul orb, remember?
Incoming!
So fast.
What? Does that only count as one?
Go Pikachu first, fat fuck!
You're still here?
Oh, Jack told me to watch your back.
No, I'm a little busy.
Oh, this isn't getting any easier.
What did you expect coming here?
That it would get easier? Well, it's about to get a lot harder. More bad guys in dinner.
You summoned the Dark Magician. Attack me! You sacrifice both magicians! Show him what true power is all about!
Right, made it, you fucking... Oh.
Breakfast. Breakfast.
Take the fucking breakfast! Take the breakfast! Take the fucking shit! Fucking oranges! Take my thing! That stuff was maggots, right? Fuck! Okay, I'm going. Even if you want to eat the roll. Why? Oh! Fuck! Oh my big balls!
Gun! Gun! Really? Fortnite? Think I'm the type of fucker who plays Fortnite, Carl? Just shut up and shoot, dude! Fucking Christ. Hey! What's the situation on the streets?
Evacuations are in effect, but we're a little tied down at the moment.
Turns out Gabby's left Loki with a few spare minions from Thanos. Don't know how much longer we can last. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have access to the Dragon Sword right now.
Alright, let's keep this brief contest.
The face is Dr. Mario-san.
Maximum power!
Jeez, he's like... Not want to use that secret weapon, sir! Not yet, little brother Carl. Still need more time. Send in the pirates. I'll cover you. Fine, dude. I guess we'll just keep dying then. Here's another one. Are you? Send in the fleet, my dudes!
Stand there, seize them!
I hope we're not interrupting, senor.
Oh, on the contrary.
Right on time.
96, 21. Let's jam.
I can possess people! And look for me, I've got a whole battlefield to choose from. Let's see, you. Hey, Oracles! Ralph Bakshi sends his regards!
It's about time you showed up!
Need to ask. Alpha, autopilot.
On it, sir. Commencing drone move. Rubbing lightning or holding on the ground.
Get the fat boy!
Talk to you later, Harles. Enemy forces on the roof. Let's go here.
Huh. We just might win this one.
Well, boy, how does it feel to be on the other end of the bug zapper?
Have you been waiting to say that since the 100th episode?
I guess you could call it perfect timing.
Bad timing, eh?
Oh, you foreshadowing son of a...
Does he always? Yeah, the system can't process double buddy waifu powers. We might need to purify him. Yeah, later. For now, we've got to have his back. Work your magic, Kiki.
Send it apart.
They summoned the beast bundle!
With that kind of prehistoric pest, we can't breach them! Here, we'll breach it. Bring us the mech!
7421 is ready to launch at your command, General.
Launch the weapon.
Operation Hero J.
Mecha Godzilla. No shit!
Practice of recovery. Again, all constables enhance the leading staff.
Hey Zordon, can you send us the Megazord?
Negative, Sean. The Megazord cannot be accessed from your end to the signals in the morphing bridge. You and the other Rangers must hold the line.
Why?
There's a simple explanation for that.
Force bearers.
Come on, hit the mark!
My lizard.
Well, Nick, your lizard is zeroed in on Mecha Godzilla, heading for the park.
All weapons are loaded, Josh.
10-4. We'll provide cover fire while you go and distract Tinhead. Yes, we got all the renovations done.
Copy that, Captain Obvious. All squadrons are locked on target.
Launch all weapons. Rip that Tin Man's heart out.
Hey, is it me, or is our firepower doing nothing to Dino back there?
Mecha Godzilla is armored by pure space titanium. It takes a lot more than any firearms to shut it down.
Wait, check this out. Looks like they juiced him with some crystal-coated scales. I'm doing a background check and... holy crap. This crystal material is the same as Space Godzilla?
So wait, that would make him a Mecha Space Godzilla. That's like a pretty cool concept. Seriously? What?
Boys, focus. How do we destroy it?
Well, let's look at our options. Romnius, can the strike assist?
Negative. The strike is useless on that kind of armor.
Josh, what about the Falcon's proton torpedoes?
That's a no-go, Sean. Plus, we got company!
That blockade is the only thing holding us back. Josh, Rogue Squadron, act as cover fire. Billy, Archangel, you're with us on the Kaiju Guard.
Lock all plasma cannons on the target.
Looks like Godzilla's alone on this one.
He's not alone, guys.
What?
No.
Dude, surely you can't be serious. I thought you had meds for that. Actually, Brad, I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I didn't.
I'm always on my meds.
I will not be bullied by such rangers.
Oh, hey! Isn't this you needed to see the jobs?
What?
guys. Enemy forces are retreating to the waterfall. Looks like we've got them in the band.
Good. Maybe we could rate this a 2. Or maybe a 1.
You all fight well, in a pathetic style. You have caused me enough trouble. Now, you must face me.
And let's knock you out of here.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
You challenge me even though your only fate is death. Crossovers have always been a strength mix.
Oh, you're one to pass judgment.
We have to get back holding off that Zucanosaurus! Jones, are you in the tower?
Here with Croft and Carl. We're gonna try to hack into the tower's antenna and scramble this thing's CPU. Where's your helmet?
I'm looking at the front door.
Kid, safety first, come on!
We'll speed it up, assholes! I don't think Jack and Goji can hold him up much longer!
This master power bar can just hack in and shut down the systems. Damn it, they got an access code. Alright, I'll try to figure it out.
What's gonna be a match? We got company!
Minions left over after Imhotep's play. They likely serve his
We're going down! Ian, look at me! Tell me honestly, do you love your mother?
I love my mother so much!
Pleasure to meet you under these circumstances. I'm a fan of your work.
Do I know you from Cairo or something?
Big. At that big. I'm a friend of the Othar.
That son of a bitch, just what I need. A friend of the competition!
Hey, at what point did we lose control?
It is useless to resist. You cannot defeat me. I am invincible.
Any ideas?
Just one. He's the snake's head. We have to cut it off.
16. No one touches my ass! Let's go!
Patience is a virtue! Access denied.
Dragon strike.
Jeez, lady! God, I wish I called that knob!
Thought you were on the bad guy side of things. It's the multiverse. Things flip-flop. You think I'm gonna let you guys have all the fun?
She's worse than you.
Harley? What happened to the time machine?
What time machine?
See the beauty that the Eldorian cannot tempt to be designed by inside. I can offer you something greater, something far more powerful. Dr. Jerome knew this well. I can make you a goddess of this world.
I'd rather be disassembled.
Broken into submission. Your wish is my command.
You almost got away with it, Gablor. But you pushed me a little too far. And now I'm going to push back.
It appears your powers are weakened due to your pride and lust for that woman. Had I known that this is what it took to make you snap, I would have taken her from you long ago.
It's easy to kill kings, Gablor. But let's see how the devil does against a god.
I will chase you to hell for that witch! Impressive. What? Do you think this is a game, boy?
Okay. You wanna play games? Let's play games.
I exist only
position! We have to move up, dudes! We gotta help them! Can't hold them off much longer!
You cannot escape your inevitable fate! That is the soul purpose to which I was born. To break you. We have existed for eternities, from our previous lives where this body was formed, to that pathetic life form of a human host which barred my name. All life forms will always clash. No matter what my essence will bless. Evil will never stop. While you wish your spirit to trust you. Your friend will not survive my wrath. Your loved one will be my submissive. I will make you watch. I'm going to make them suffer, Eldorian. The great world's realities, those who adopt into love. One by one, I will take them all from you. They are mine!
I surrender!
Oh, hell with this.
Creatures of shadow!
Drive him to the water!
Storm's down! Fall back to the darkness, or it's just for us all!
But here! Get to the ship! We'll live to fight another day!
We're tired of this, Capitan!
shields, we're overrun! Get our fleet out into space! Get us to safer grounds!
Chief, the fleets are headed out to sea. They be codfishes galore. Excellent reporting, Captain Quince. You may have your catch of the day after all. Send in Bruce.
Right away, Sean. I'm getting lost away.
No, I meant the shark, goddammit!
Oh, my mistake, sir.
On through! Straight to the face! Shark! Swam!
Retreat the fleet! Make way back to port oil! Turn the portals!
Good game.
You're on your last life.
So is that it? Is he dead?
Everybody wouldn't be here if he was. He doesn't die so easily.
Jack! We're gonna come check this out.
What's wrong with her?
She's experiencing damage in her stated form from the reality breaker. Looks like Gablor hit her with the reality stone a little too hard.
Her mind's been breached. He knows who she is.
That would make her a liability for the both of you.
Hey. Don't make that weird face for me, kid. I'll be fine.
You got hit pretty bad. We'll get you fixed up in no time. Andy Fan, how long would it take?
Well, with all the FTTs and the right materials and all that jazz, I think at this point, it's safe to say you two go on a vacation. I mean, if you ask me, you earned it. We all need a rest after all this.
You're telling me, Indy.
Oh.
We got you.
Godspeed, sir. All craft, prepare to pursue enemy ships.
Captain, something's coming out of multi-space. It's not one of ours.
Captain Kirk, Starship Enterprise. Ready for the enemy's immediate surrender.
You are the one. Hail the Odorian!
Way to go, my dude.
Ah, Jack, you are so
Dame, señores. When do you plan to review my cartoon?
Well, first we gotta get Huey back into his body, but after that, it's a possibility.
Ah, fair enough. I'll drink to that. Good shooting out there, kid.
Well, I had one hell of a drill sergeant and one hell of a block.
That's my boy. There you go.
Yeah, let me up.
So, what's next?
Well, after blasting people with my zap for so long, now that it's all over, man, I really don't know if I can do game reviews anymore. I just don't.
You ever considered Lush Media? Make an excellent junkie at it.
Lost media junkie. I like the sound of that.
Hey, that's us!
Fuck you!
Well, that was something. All the adventures and crossovers have led to this moment of reunion and fellowship. Does it make sense in the fabric of space-time continuity and existence? Not really, but it's why I do what I do. Movies and entertainment have shaped me to who I am, both real and fictitious. And I think Ready Player One came out at the right place at the right time for me, showing that ideas may or may not follow can honestly be doable, because as Marty McFly once said, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. But for now, everyone is staying in contact and getting back into the swing of things after the last few years of struggles and challenges.
I saw in one of your previous P.O. Box videos that my friend Isaac, the media hunter, had sent you a package, and I thought I'd try sending for some mail. Enclosed is a few donated comics because I got no use for them. I want to thank you for your contributions to our show. The reviewerverse, while grown a tad smaller, is something we still love to do, thanks to you and other content creators. If you need anything from us, do not hesitate to reach out for cameos, effects, and so on. All the best from the Big Jack Films review, Isaac, Lightpost Films, MACBETH, formerly known as Dr. Terawatt. I met him several times now, but he was Dr. Terawatt last I met. I didn't realize he renamed himself again to MACBETH.
The battle may have been won, but the adventures on this show are far from over. Yeah, sorry about that. I hope you've got insurance by switching to Sky today. I'll send somebody at the Institute of Future Technology to fix. Oh wait, no, they closed. God damn it. Well, at least The Simpsons is going away. You can bring it back. Maybe we can finally get that Ready Player One ride I've been fan. Yeah, I'll send someone to fix it. What the hell is that?
Well, that should be everything.
Feels good to have my own place and my own space.
It's definitely a new beginning on your end.
Not really. I made sure some nostalgia stuff from the old place was here. I made the room the exact same before, you know, it blew up.
Plus, you and 18 will be harder to find in a city environment.
Yes, plus when I do the final touches on the next FDT model, which we're going to install soon, things will be a lot easier. I also made sure to backlog a few episodes while I'm gone.
So what's on the agenda for the next season?
I'll let her decide. Hey, got you some flat ginger ale that does the trick for every sickness.
Thanks. No Coca-Cola this time, kid?
Hey, every reviewer has their product placement drink. How you feeling?
Realistically, or?
Yes.
The pain's almost gone, but I'll live. I've died before.
Not this time. You held your own. I'm proud of you. I'm surprised you managed to take out Gablor as far as you did. Your self-confidence and courage is something I still admire.
Thank you.
Timon, are you crying?
I'm fine. I just have something in my eye.
Here, blow.
Here, Pumba.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, I'm better.
Oh, sorry.
What's up?
Oh, it's Croft. We exchanged numbers after the battle.
Tough girls sharing information on social media. Typical.
She wanted me to give you a report after the battle, and we found Anthony Gauntlet.
Well, the damn thing's gone, so I don't see any use for it.
Not that. At the temple we were at, there's some engravings. Here. Clues to the treasure you're after.
Ready.
The actual King's Gauntlet. Shit! Say, how do you feel about going on a nice little vacation?
Finally! We could use a break. What were you thinking?
How about a road trip?
There's not gonna be much left of these artifacts after 90 years.
Don't worry, we'll be back. I miss you guys.
Yeah, we'll hold the fort.
Yeah, you will. That's good one.
Come on, kid, let's get the show on the road.
Okay, coordinates set, location ready. Buckle up, Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos?
Wait, well, I got some Dunkaroos for munchies.
What are Dunkaroos?
Okay, they didn't have Dunkaroos, but I got Pop-Tarts instead.
What is a Pop-Tart?
It's a thing you put in your toaster, and there's commercials done by Gilbert Gottfried, and you eat them, and they got like chocolate and shit in them.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Exactly, not sponsored. Okay, we've dragged this on long enough. Just drive.
Hey, Jack! Where are you going now? Back to the future?
Nope! Already been there!
I know, it's a reference.
Fred, no, don't ruin the moment. The credits are about to roll.
Wait a minute, that was our ride home.
Oh shit. Jack, get back here, you fuck!
Just on the border of your waking mind, there lies another time, where darkness and light are one. And as you tread the halls of sanity, you feel so glad to unable to go beyond. I have a message from another time. Icon for the win.
chasing that Salim wannabe. Oh, you gotta be shitting me!